Oh, it's live, pal.
The following contest scheduled for one fall.
Bloody hell, you want to hitch yourself to this caboose? You're in for a bumpy ride.
I hate your hat. I hate your t-shirts. I hate your wristbands. I hate your shoes. I hate your music. I hate the C Nation.
And then you want to walk back in here and call this place your home? This is not your home. This is my home.
Well, you don't know who you're dealing with. You are dealing with the best in the world.
You get what you have earned, and what you have earned is nothing.
This ain't no disco. Ain't no country club either. This is the 3 Count Thursday podcast. So let's go, baby.
Tell him to say it to my face. Say it to my face, Bill Goldberg.
Hello, everyone. Welcome 3CT. We are live. It is Thursday, May the 29th, 2025. We hope that you are doing well wherever you are, and make sure you are following along with us on all of our social media. We are at 3 Count Thursday, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Blue Sky, TikTok, and Twitter. You can also get us the same on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, rate, review wherever you can. We would certainly appreciate all the support on all of those fronts. You can also get your 3CT merch over on our T Public store. You can find the link to that on all of our social channels and our link tree over on our website as well. So make sure you go ahead and pick up some 3CT merch. Again, as we say every week, if there's not a sale going on right now, well, check back tomorrow. There probably will be one, and you can always leave us a voicemail. We're still waiting on your voicemails. 717-473-7833, the number down below. It's also in your episode descriptions and on our social medias and everything as well. So make sure you go ahead and give that a try. We'd love to hear from you for the Thursday show, Tuesday show. It really doesn't matter. Devin checking in with us. He said he's currently having family time. Well, that's always a good thing to do. Hope he hopes we have a good show. But yeah, Ryan, I know you're looking around, bud. It's pretty light house this week. Tim under the weather, Matt, I think handling some family stuff. He'll be with us on Tuesday. Mark has some lame excuse, I'm sure, that we'll hear about on Tuesday with a made-up story like he usually does. So it is just you and I. We're throwing it back this week.
Hello, Smokey.
Hello, Smokey.
So how you doing, Ryan? You doing okay?
You all right, sir?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm all right. Yeah. We're gonna talk wrestling today.
We're going to talk wrestling. I know you watched at least one wrestling show in the last week because I was there. Yeah, you did. Well, I don't know how much you watched. We were in the same building. We were at Cousin Brian's watching, AEW was at least on the television.
Oh yeah, AEW Dynamite or Nothing or whatever it was called.
Yeah, Dynamite or Nothing. But
oh God, Jim, this was last Sunday.
That was 4
Here's
days
how
ago.
my week has gone. I couldn't tell you 3 of the matches that were on that card. My brain is that shot right now at retaining any information.
What are the 2 that you think you could name?
Well, there was the Anarchy in the Arena match, but I can't tell you any of the... Well, the Young Bucks were in it. I remember that. And they played Bodies by Drowning Pool like 17 times.
That was so much fun. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Yeah, Anarchy in the Arena was one. I know you can give me one more of these.
Your favorite AEW wrestler, Speedball Mike Bailey, wrestled Ricochet?
was Ricochet. No.
Okay.
Speedball Mike Bailey did wrestle.
He wrestled Okada.
He did. He lost.
Okay, and he lost.
Pervert lost, as he should.
And then you can't say that.
I can say that. Ricochet did wrestle.
Ricochet wrestled, and he wrestled in an ambulance match
He
against
did.
one of the Briscoes.
Stretcher match, but same difference.
A damn stretcher match. I mean,
here's the deal. You had to
I
put
was wrong, Jim.
You had to put your opponent on
a stretcher in an ambulance.
So it was basically an ambulance match.
Details matter.
So there's three.
It was not an ambulance match, Jim. I was wrong.
It's okay. I'll give you that. You did good. You did good. Can you try one more? Can you even
get
one
the
more?
Ladies, they ended up kissing at the end of the match.
But yes, the ladies did end up kissing. Which two ladies was it?
That was Tony Storm.
It was Tony Storm.
And I am totally drawing a blank on the other wrestler.
It was Mina Shirakawa.
I was gonna say Mira Shafir. What the fuck's the other one's name?
Again, you at least
getting close. I was getting in
correct.
the ballpark.
So there's four. There's four out of the. Well,
That's
let's see.
Bad.
There was 9 matches on the main card.
Fuck, I'm almost halfway there.
You got 4. Can you do one more? Let's see if you can get one more.
Oh my god,
Charlie, cut it out with these comments. Knock it off right now.
All right. Well, the main event would have had to have been. Well, should have been the Anarchy in the
should have
stadium
been.
match.
Was not.
So that means it was.
He's Cowboy.
The finals of the Owen Hart men's bracket.
It was.
So it was Adam Hungman Page.
The Hungman, yes.
Versus that British fella.
Which one? There's a few.
I know. I'm totally drawing a blank on his name. William Ospreay.
There you go.
There's 5. And the ladies finished up their bracket, and that had the girl in it. Yep. Sasha Banks. Melissa Monet.
Who'd she take on?
Now that's
also British, I think. Maybe.
Paige.
No. Another British female wrestler in AEW. Her.
Oh shit. Her. Yeah, what is her name?
Charlie, stop it right now.
Oh, well, that's nice, Charlie. We're always welcome in here. What is that other little? She's the redhead lady.
She is. Her.
Right, Becky Lynch. Her.
Close enough. Jamie Hayter. All right. I won't challenge you to finish off the rest. You got
a tag team match.
There
right?
was. Right?
So that would have been.
There was actually 2 tag team matches.
Oh boy. Money and Muscles, is that the one? Or is that no, that's 3 Legacies, I think.
That's 3 Legacies.
Shit.
They have a show this weekend, I believe, up at the Zembo.
Up at the returning to the Zembo. Beautiful this time of
They're
year. They're
debut at the Zembo. Wrestling returning to the Zembo for the first time in a long time.
Let's call it the Zemblo. That's more fun.
Yeah, the Zemblo. There we go. But right. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it out to that one. We wish 3 Legacies Wrestling.
Well, you don't support independent wrestling like some of us others do.
It's been a minute. Are you going up?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you have a concert to go to.
I do. A 2-day festival concert. I'm already taking my leave.
There you go. Good choice.
I'm sore from yesterday. So I was talking to my brother because we went to see the Post Malone and Jelly Roll up at Hershey, and it was like 50 degrees and raining. And my brother Jared, he's like, "Hey man, my back hurts," and I'm like, "You're almost 40." I said, "Jared, before I went, I rubbed Bengay on my shoulders and lower back, and I put Vapo Rub on my chest just to be safe. You can't take chance. You're over 40, Jared. What are you thinking? Yeah. Of course you're going to be sore." Dude, it fucking rained all night until Post Malone's final song.
I'm not gonna lie, man. That all seemed that seemed terrible.
I will say I went to the Walmart and I bought a pair of waterproof boots.
Okay.
Which I've never worn before this concert.
Okay.
And my feet are paying for it today. It hurts so bad.
Oh, I believe that.
Like my bones just feel like they're all broken. And that's what I get for not breaking in a pair of boots. But I also didn't know it was going to pour all night. Here's the long story short. My socks were dry the entire night.
Well, there you go. That's money well spent.
They paid dividend. Did you have a
poncho?
I bought a rain suit.
Okay.
So I had rain pants, which I immediately blew out as soon as I sat down, and a rain jacket. But I remained dry for most of the night. I
Well,
think
good.
intern Mark also wore a rain suit.
Because I bought a not super expensive, but a quality poncho like when I went to
Ooh,
Disney
yeah.
last year. Didn't have to use it, didn't see a drop of rain when we were in Disney, but I was glad to have it, and I have it
Yeah,
now.
that's smart. You're a planner, though.
I am.
I ran up to Tractor Supply an hour before we left, and I was like, "Hey, what's your fattest man size poncho coat you have?" And they're like, "We have these rain suits," and
To
I'm
be
like,
fair,
"Great."
I should have just asked if you wanted to borrow mine.
I would have. Well, yeah, the pants were nice because I could sit, like
That's true.
in between
Which
sets.
worked out well when they blew out on you.
That it had to have been immediately.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I
Because
do. Let's do a
I'm
shout
slimming
out.
down a bit,
Yeah,
and
we're
they were a
getting there.
3X. So
I'm
like
kind of,
I had pants on underneath, so like I was layered.
yeah.
I was pushing them to their max. I don't know if it was like a their brand thing more than like a my crotch thing.
Hey,
They just
but
weren't gonna make it
you
through the
blew out
night.
the crotch of a pant, so that's something to be proud of.
Not the first time, Jim.
That's
Not the
that's
first
all.
time.
That's all that people need to know. That's all that people need to know.
I am fucking loaded.
But let's give a shout out to our friends at Three Legacies Wrestling. Been a while since we've highlighted them. Big show this upcoming weekend. Like we said,
They have the guest on, right? The champion today.
we don't. He
Oh.
gave me a call. He's still in.
Oh,
deep,
right. You were the one we
deep
can have a
prep.
guest when you're not here. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
what it is. That's what.
My
it
bad. My bad.
So let's see. Zembo Shrine this Saturday. Doors are at 5:30. Front row tickets. I don't know if they're still available. But $25. Second row is 20. General admission is 15.
Come on down to the Zemblo. Come on down to the Zemblo.
the Zemblo. But let's see. We got 6-man tag match. Byron Simmons and SPF taking on the Almighty Syndicate and Chris Alcalda, I guess. Smiley taking on JS Hawthorne. Nice and Smooth versus Just Jay and Niam Brooks. Wait.
Oh, weren't you called Nice and Smooth in college, Jim?
We don't have to deal with any of that right now. We'll deal with that
right.
on Tuesday.
Oh no, is he gonna be here for Tuesday's show? I thought he was like out of town.
Gosh, I'm out of town. The only time Mark goes out of town is when he goes to the Mount Joy thrift and shit.
Dude, he loves that store, man.
He fucking does. He's got a problem.
He was holding up a Post Malone sign yesterday because he was at the concert.
Yeah.
Post, did you check out the Mount Joy thrift
Oh,
and shit?
gosh, what a mess. We have a number one contender match for the Legacy 3LW Legacy Championship. Al Snook, Bro Keller, Spencer Slade, and Miles Hawkins in a fatal 4-way.
I got Al Snow in that one.
Good old Al Snow. We have Zoe Cannon, your special timekeeper for Ava Everett taking on Zaya Brookside. TNA's Zaya Brookside will be in the house. And a 3LW heavyweight championship match. Bill Bain.
Bill Bain.
Bill Bain.
Big old Bill Bain.
Still your 3LW heavyweight champion. He'll be defending against Savio Vega.
Hey.
And then good Lord, the feud that won't quit. And I mean that as respectfully as possible, I suppose. The last man standing match, Kevin Murphy versus Sage Strong. So a lot of history in that match. We allegedly called a match, even though you'll never hear the audio ever at any point.
That's an alleged.
So Kevin versus Sage Strong. So a 7-match card on tap for 3 Legacies this Saturday.
Today.
In Harrisburg. Not today. Saturday. So
yeah, man, go out and support independent wrestling. It's really important. Let's cheer on the boys and the girls in professional wrestling. That's actually why we do this podcast, because we're all wrestling fans. I may act like I don't watch wrestling. I don't all the time. But man, summer's always been hard for me to watch wrestling. It always has been. Spring and summer.
Tough, man. I do really want to go check out some 3 Legacies a bit. They've been super friendly with us. Like I certainly do wish there was more we could do with them, but but yeah,
I mean, hell, there was a time, Jim, me and you would just get into a car and we'd drive down to Delaware to catch an independent show.
We have done that.
You know,
was also
Matt
an
and I
excuse to,
jump
like,
in
get
and we
away
go
for
to
the
New
weekend.
Jersey or Philadelphia to catch independent wrestling shows. And
Yeah.
I feel like maybe we just weren't doing as much in our lives at that time. It was maybe 7-8 years ago. Like, we've all become pretty busy, important people in our communities. Fucking lying.
Something
right.
like
Why do I even lie about that? No one gives. That's such a weird thing
we're
to lie
busier.
about.
You know, you go to a
we
concert.
are busier people.
You go to a concert every 1.3 days.
That's not true. That's not
It
true.
might be.
On average, I will take in a concert every 2 weeks this year.
That's that I would have guessed. Well, on
It's
average.
actually it's less. I
But,
think
I mean,
currently
this
there's
week
like
especially you're booked pretty solid because you're at Metallica on Friday.
yes. Well, that was
Then
last
you were
week, but yeah,
you were at last week. So in the last week, since we
yeah,
had the show
Metallica
here,
and Post.
and then you had Post, and now the next 2 days you have concerts.
You have concerts the next 2
So in
days.
an 8
Now
day
in June,
period,
I only have one concert in June.
but you're also going on vacation.
I'm on vacation, and that's where the concert is. We're gonna take on a show at the Grand Ole Opry down in Tennessee.
Ooh. And
I've never
you
been.
don't
I'm
know
so
who's playing,
excited.
right? Because that's one of those deals where they just
They
kind of
do.
announce it as is.
They have some announced already.
Okay.
The week we're going, it's nothing great yet. So we decided to opt for the day that best suits us, and there's like one band we've heard of. But like just today, they announced they added like Jelly Roll to one of the days. Like, had you just bought tickets to that show, you get to see Jelly
But it's
Roll
not the
added
day
on.
you're there.
It's not. It's like June 5th. They added
Gotcha.
Jelly Roll. They added Sarah Evans to a day. So they
like
just
her.
kind of she's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just kind of I think they invite people to come, and like if you can come, you just show up and you play, and they announce it. And so yeah, who knows? Hopefully we get somebody big. It'd be neat. They
Was
added like
invited to
Carrie
come.
Underwood for like 2 days at the end of May or early June as well. Like
There you go.
just happy
Nice.
to kind of lucky you stumble into something neat.
All right, very good. If I said wrestler of the week, would you have one?
Did I send it in the group chat, Jim?
I don't think so.
I think I did.
Did you?
I know I did. So I think you should say wrestler of the week. Maybe if we say it 3 times, the music will play.
Well, what? So we'd have to say wrestler of the week again?
Since John Moxley, Cesaro, way before Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy, and Saturdays on NBC. These 5 guys on Facebook are gonna take a hard look. Come Thursday brings to you the wrestler on the week.
There we
Shit,
go.
I did not send it.
I was going to say, I didn't remember seeing it. It
I
doesn't
did. I
necessarily
absolutely
mean
sent it. I absolutely did. It's there.
You
You
gaslighted.
said, "Oh,
No, I don't think that's true. Did I really?
yes."
No.
I was the only one that sent it this week.
I think Tim. Wait, I thought Tim sent it. Or not Tim, Mark.
Mark,
Is that you that sent that?
Mark sent it when he was like, "Hey, I'm not going to be here, boys."
Oh, yeah. Mark sent his. Okay. Oh. Did you send it to the other one?
Yes. JC Jane, Mark's wrestler of the week, the new TNA
Oh, yeah. You did
Women's
send yours.
Champion. Oh, look who watches wrestling all week long and participates in the group chat.
Look at that. I'm
This
impressed.
guy.
I'm impressed. So, yeah, you had.
Guess who didn't send a run sheet for this week?
That's
Oh,
not
fuck.
true.
I pulled a
That-
mark. That
Oh.
guy, I pointed the wrong direction.
That's not true. I sent it. You didn't see it. Not my problem. Hey, Mark's here.
Hey, I'm gonna put my finger in him.
Now you're hiding behind the dog. So,
Oh, fuck, you take it away the moment I lean over toward it. That's so good.
so your wrestler of the week was whom?
I fucking forget. I have to look. No, it's Ethan Page.
Ethan Page. Ethan Page. Yeah, a lot of surprises, a lot of title movements.
Yeah, TNA, man, shaking
This
some
weekend?
shit up.
And NXT as well.
That's what I
have
meant. NXT. Yeah.
I have Mercedes Moné as mine, winner of the Owen Hart. Yes, I know, very surprising. But I thought it was a great opener to Double or Nothing. I really did. It set the tone overall, and we'll talk about it here in a couple minutes. Not necessarily going over each and every show because hell, we're only here for another 40 minutes. But Double or Nothing, a very strong show, and yeah, I thought the ladies really started it well. So Mercedes Moné will be my wrestler of the week.
Yeah, and somebody like Mercedes,
Big Mac has Hangman.
she really needs it. Like, that's somebody that you can, a new young up and comer that you really want to build around. Like, that is
Never held a title in that company.
No, it's very important for her to win the Owen Hart title strap that's never going to be seen again.
And to get the title shot at Y'all In is
now Hangman Page. I think there can be a serious conversation about him being really important and winning that to kind of get his career back on track.
Yeah, I would say so. Because it's yeah, I think this was a very important win for him. But yeah, so let's let Mark put a stamp here on the wrestler of the week.
That was your wrestler of the week.
We didn't get anybody else's, right?
No, I don't think Matt.
We can assign them then.
Yeah, well, Matt definitely wouldn't pick Mercedes Moné.
No,
He's not a fan of hers at all.
No, Matt picked Sheamus.
Yes, for
Actually,
sure.
it just came through. Matt picked Sheamus.
Pick Sheamus. He does love Sheamus.
And Tim did who did Tim pick? Let me see if his came through.
Who did Tim pick?
Oh, Tim picked Gage Goldberg for getting a new tattoo.
He did.
Like father, like son.
He
Gage
did.
Goldberg.
He
That's a weird pick, Tim. A lot of title changes, but Tim wants to go with somebody with some fresh ink. Tim, who doesn't have any tattoos, I believe.
I don't think he does.
But maybe this is him getting into tattoo culture.
Maybe.
So it's pretty excited.
I mean, that's just what it. That's what it took. Big Mac here says Hangman's post-show press conference and the talk in the ring to begin Dynasty was a big story. Yeah, really strong opener.
Wasn't
Dynamite
Dynasty.
last night. So Matt took Damian Priest for beating Drew McIntyre.
That could be.
That would actually probably be a more realistic answer, but much too late. He already picked Sheamus. So, but let's talk about, and if you're following along with us in the live video, please feel free to
we're gonna need the help
to give us your comments as well. But best and worst in the weekend. Obviously, it was a really jam-packed wrestling weekend between Saturday night's main event, WWE Battleground, AEW Double or Nothing, and then SmackDown, Raw, all of that as well, even bleeding into Tuesday night with some surprising title changes on Tuesday's NXT show. But Ryan, let's start with the worst. What was one of your worsts from the wrestling weekend that was?
That's a great question, Jim. I'm waiting for somebody to put a comment in here. I'm going to steal it and act like it's mine.
Good, you can do that. You want me to lead us off?
You know what? I need lead to water.
While you,
and then I'll be able to. Well,
yeah. My one of my worst. I'm glad Tim's not here to chastise me for it. Is just the length of Double or Nothing. Here's the thing, man. It was a really good show. But. And I don't know, maybe it's not even the length of it. Maybe it was the booking of it, because it started at 8:00, went till I think 12:30, maybe by the time it was all said and done. But after Anarchy in the Arena, I was done. Like I could not pay attention to the Don Callis family taking on Paragon, which, no offense to Adam Cole and the Don Callis family and Cool Kyle and all of that. But maybe just maybe that was a show that was a match that probably should have just been cut at that point. Which I get, you were giving people a chance to breathe for between 2 35-minute long matches, but I didn't give a shit about that match. I was just like, get me to this main event so we can get out of here. And then I struggled to follow along with Hangman Page versus Will Ospreay, which by all accounts is probably a tremendous match. But I just struggled following it, just because after how good Anarchy in the Arena was. I struggled to follow along with it.
I can see that, man. Anarchy in the Arena was just all over the place. Sometimes you had 4 monitors you're trying to watch, 4 different
It
screens.
felt like one of our broadcasts.
There's freaking like a Revolutionary War battle cry with like drums and fucking flutes bleeding into Bodies by Drowning Pool on repeat until the
Till that
speaker
broke
blew up.
speaker.
Right. That'll stop it. And then it was like, here's the tag match. And I get, you're absolutely right. Like, it was what we used to call like the bathroom match before you settle into the main event, yada, yada, yada. But like, Jim, there wasn't a match under 10 minutes. And I'm not complaining about professional wrestling. I enjoy watching professional wrestling. I really do. And this is going to sound like I don't. But like, a match can be less than 10 minutes. Jim, the pre-show matches, both of them went longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
12 buy-in, or what
13,
is it called? It's called the
25.
buy-in, right? Like, come on.
Yeah, the shortest match on the card was the Hurt Syndicate versus the Sons of Texas at 12:35.
And this is bell to bell, man. This is not talking about entrances,
right,
promos, anything like that. Like,
right.
This was something that AEW did and could get away with when they were doing 3, maybe 4 pay-per-views a year. And that was it. We're seeing almost monthly pay-per-views now, right? Pretty frequent pay-per-views.
Yeah, I think so.
A little bit more than there was like quarterly or every third of the year. Like, all right, if I'm going to strap in 3 times, 4 times a year, you know what? Strap me in. Let's watch 5 hours of professional wrestling. But that's a long time, man. That's
7.
a real long
they have
time.
7 pay-per-views in 2025. So it's Wrestle Dynasty, Revolution, Dynasty, Double or Nothing, All In, Forbidden Door, and All Out.
Okay.
Now that doesn't account for, I think, Full Gear is usually in November. World's End, well, that's a World's End is usually in December.
AEW, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody listening, but they just announced like a 5-hour show on television or something.
Yeah,
Like, what was that
one
about?
of the next
like,
couple Dynamites is a 4-hour show.
4
so
hours?
On the official calendar, so there's 7 so far. It doesn't account for October, November, December, so that should finish at 10 because they usually do one. Last year they did Wrestle Dream in October, Full Gear in November, World's End in December. So you add 3 more. That's 10 pay-per-views in 12 months. Next week, they have a 4-hour Dynamite. That also doesn't account for like the occasional Battle of the Belts specials.
Right, they do the specials too. And that's something I think NXT's now starting to do as well, like give special NXT shows.
Like
titling them as
American
well.
Bash and things like that.
That I don't care with that, really. I don't mind that. I think that's a smart idea. You get more people to watch your program. That's good.
Yeah, Fighter Fest next week, 4 hours.
Like, it's tough for me sometimes. And maybe it's like wrestling ADD. I don't know. Maybe it's a me thing. And if that is, I'll accept it. And then I'll just know I have to bring a fucking fidget spinner or something. I don't know. But like, that's a long ass time. I can't argue with you there, Jim.
Yeah, it's tough. Did you have a worst from the weekend, Ryan?
Well, I was gonna say how long the show was, but you stole that. Yeah, the worst for this weekend, because at the same time that AEW was doing Double or Nothing, NXT was running their show as well. There is enough real estate out there that we don't actually have to be battling head to head. That's just silly. Don't make me choose which wrestling program I'm going to have to watch. And I get you can just do the 2-screen gimmick or whatever. But let's just fucking play friendly, and like, let's all just watch wrestling together, right?
Yeah, I agree, man. Because here's the thing: if there's an NXT show on a Saturday or a Sunday night, and like I don't have really anything else going on, where there's an opportunity there for us to all get together and hang out and break bread together and watch some wrestling, we've done it. We've done it before. We've gotten together for Ring of Honor shows. We've gotten together for Saturday night's main event. We've gotten together for
pay-per-views, everything. Yep.
Shows. Like, so if there's just an NXT show on a Saturday or Sunday, by all means, I'll put it on. It's going to be a couple hours in and out, real easy. You know what I haven't watched, and I probably will never watch? WWE Battleground 2025. Because it's almost a week behind us. Life is busy.
Dude, I
And
heard that the opening women's match was Sol Ruka, and I heard that was a fucking banger.
yeah, I'm
Haven't
sure
gone
it
back to
was.
watch it yet.
Yeah, Sol Ruka, Kalani Jordan.
I heard that was fantastic. And again, anybody in the comments vouch for that? Was there a match at Battle? What is it called? Battleground? Is that what it was? Battlefield,
Battleground.
Battleground.
Yeah.
That really stood out to you that we should go back and watch because I believe that's the Sol Ruka match. But again, now I have to go back and watch that.
Right.
And I don't like to do homework. I barely
No.
like to watch wrestling when it's on the fucking TV. We've
Right.
figured this out already.
I mean, here's the deal, and I've been honest about this for a number of years on this show that it doesn't matter if it's WWE, NXT, Ring of Honor, TNA, AEW. If I don't watch a show within probably about 48 hours of when it aired, I'm not going back and watching it. I can catch clips on YouTube. I can catch clips on social media. I can read recaps online. They're going to tell me what happened next week, what's important anyway.
You want me to sound crazy? Because I just said how long one pay-per-view was, and it was too long. It's not like one of these shows hasn't run in an afternoon or evening time slot before.
Well,
Go ahead and let's run.
Next up, All In. All In is a 3 p.m. show. Now, granted, it's the date of my 40th birthday. So
Is it?
yeah,
well,
it
happy
is.
birthday, Big Yim.
So I won't be watching All In as it airs live anyway. But yeah, I mean, that's going to be an afternoon show. WWE airing a Saturday night main event that night, by the way. So,
right. And y'all are invited to celebrate Big Jim's birthday. It's going to be at the Lidditz Titty Bar. What was the new strip club in Lidditz called? They have TVs there. I'm sure we'll put it on.
Squishy Pretzels, I think is
that. Oh God, Squishy Pretzels. That's the best you could fucking come up with.
I don't know. They were the first.
Now.
Lidditz
Lidditz is home of the first commercial pretzel bakery in the United States. In case you wanted to know where Jim pulled pretzels from, y'all figured out where Squishy came from. The Squishy Pretzels, Jim.
It's just the first two words that popped into my
God.
head. I probably should have done something with like the Wilbur Buds.
I've never heard the word squishy used as an adjective for pretzels.
No.
God.
Like soft, obviously. Doughy.
Oh, look. Big Mac's flying up for the grand opening of Squishy Pretzels.
Squishy Pretzels. That's where the toy soldier was, right? It's what's going in there.
It is, yeah. The old Squishy Pretzels topless bar.
I mean, so somebody had to go when Club Good Times is closed. I'm sure that is closed. There's no Good Times in Columbia, PA.
No.
Charlie says Battleground was solid start to finish. Not saying it's the best NXT show or anything like that, but it's very good. There you go. He said the Oba match was a lot better than had any right being. Oba Femi versus Miles Bourne. So, yeah, I mean, just there was too much.
And
you don't.
Mike said Sol Ruka was really good, and Trick Henry was really good as well.
There you go. All right, let's go to best, Ryan. I don't want to steal your best. So, what was your best in the wrestling weekend?
Jim, I'm so glad you've asked. I'm waiting for somebody to say theirs. In the,
Didn't we just do this gimmick?
Shit, did we? I went back to the well again.
Sorry, we've beaten dead horses on this show before.
We have. Boy, we have made a 10-year career out of doing it. Was well.
11.
11 now.
We've made it to 11. We're in year 11.
Oh my God.
Right?
Oh my God. And we haven't even resorted to
which, by the way, I don't know if he still listens anymore, but congratulations to Chase Merriman,
hey,
longtime listener of the show's son for graduating high school.
Oh, so not Chase, where's Chase
Merriman's
son. Got it.
Yeah, Chase Merriman's son graduating high school. And oh boy, the Oilers are kicking the
Holy
shit
cow,
out of
yeah. Wow.
When
we started, Chase was listening, an early listener. His boy would have been like 8.
8 or 9.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. That's what I said. When I messaged you guys that, I was like, there's not a lot of times where I really think about how long we've been doing this show, but then you see stuff like that, or like Mark's kids, by the way.
Well, yeah.
That like were little kids when we were going to LCW shows and now like they are full grown, they are adult kids with like real jobs, and his son is in college, and we're just older and fatter and balder.
Remember that time we were at the Mount Joy Diner, the
I'm
family
sure.
restaurant, and like little Alex was there,
Yep.
and somehow we adopted like the
Uh,
Ukrainian child from
Right,
a
like
booth
a
next to
family, a
us.
Ukrainian family was sitting next to us, and the kid was in the high chair, and the dad just like jokingly pushed.
Like we like interacted, maybe waved because the baby was like
The
active
baby
and
was
like
looking at
waving,
like,
and
where the
Mark was
baby
like
is
a
due,
peekabooing or something at one time,
and
and
the
the guy
dad
was like,
pushed the
"You want
high
this?
chair over to our table.
You want
Yeah.
this baby? Go ahead." And they
Yeah.
had their dinner romantically, and the baby joined our wrestling talk.
Yeah, with our because that was after a legacy show over at the
Wild.
Spooky Nook, man.
And right, Alex was a wee little
He was
lad.
just a boy. He was just a boy.
Just
And I just drove by the Mount Joy Diner the other day. Certainly wasn't going to stop there. I have
Sorry.
respect for myself. But I was talking about that I was like, yeah, that's where we adopted a child for a couple of hours.
I will never, ever forget that moment.
No, absolutely not. Unforgettable. But did you say a best, Ryan? We got
I did.
distracted.
Yeah, I did.
My best. I will pretend you did. Mike has one of the ones I had written down. I'd written a
I was
few
gonna
down.
say Ron Cena. Oh,
The
shit.
Ron Cena retirement tour.
I can't believe he beat me to it.
Absolutely loved it. You can buy the shirt on the WWE shop, by the way. You can buy the Ron Cena. I may actually end up buying it.
You will.
I was going to say Anarchy in the Arena. We've already talked a little bit about how good that was. So I think honestly for me, it's just the visual presentation of Saturday night's main event.
Oh.
We've now seen a couple of these. Now, I will say they failed. No solid steel blue cage. But also that match was in the middle of the card. So again, it was that timing issue of assembling the cage. Should have just opened the show. But no, I love the visual presentation. They use the old metal barricades for most of the aisle. It's a narrow aisle like they did back in the day. Minimal staging and video boards, minimal pyro hanging above the entrance ramp. The red, white, and blue on the ring ropes. Throwback referee shirts and attire. Throwback logo on the turnbuckle pads. The Saturday night's main event logo on the canvas, and not all the ads. So yeah, just they have the Mean Gene stage with Joe Tessitore and Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura not realizing to not talk over other commentators and the ring announcers. Just the whole presentation of Saturday night's main event has been stellar overall. So that was a best for me. Couple other ones I'd written down: just Mercedes versus Hayter. Again, great addition or a great match on that card. Adding Bronson Reed to the Seth Rollins faction. I think that's great. I think what that faction can do for Braun Breaker and for Bronson Reed is huge. I think Tim or Marcus over on the Final Wrestling Place, I think they kind of likened it to what Evolution did for like Batista at the time. So just a great opportunity to highlight a talent in that spot.
Yeah, that was the second one I was going to say.
Man,
Since everybody took all of my answers, I'm going to just say keeping Owen Hart's legacy alive and well to hopefully a new generation of professional wrestling fans. So
yeah, for sure. That's always good. And it's been 30 years? 98, so
something
27
like
years, I think.
something like that. Oh, and congratulations to our own Matt. He said he was writing a new book, Jim, speaking of years. What was that book about? He said he was writing
A book?
Yeah. Remember we were talking about the cover picture and God, what was that book about?
It was one of them smutty books, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
No.
It wasn't. I don't think it was like a graphic novel. Was it? I don't remember. It was a good. It was well. Congratulations, Matt.
Well, congratulations, absolutely, congratulations. But we were talking a little bit in the bests and the worsts about booking shows on days when another company is running, and there's enough real estate out there for you to run on weekends where there isn't other shows. Now WWE has announced Evolution 2, which will be the same weekend as All In, which is the same weekend as the next Saturday night's main event. And I don't know if it was just because there was so much time between Royal Rumble and Chamber and then WrestleMania, but since WrestleMania in April till now, I feel like there's been a lot of WWE stuff, and they've been announcing shows. And I was like, man, it really feels like the WWE is saturating the hell out of the wrestling market. So I was like, is it just me, or is it just me? This is the WWE's schedule for the rest of 2025. So now already look at the fact that you have Raw on Monday nights, SmackDown on Fridays, NXT on Tuesdays, Evolve on Wednesdays, Speed on Twitter on Wednesdays. You have Main Event on Sundays on Peacock, and you have that is it the Legends LFT or LFG or something on A&E?
I think that just wrapped up, right?
Yeah, there's going to be a new season starting in June.
Here's the deal. I probably would have enjoyed that show.
Yeah, I don't have A&E on YouTube TV, so I haven't been able to watch.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why I haven't taken that show in, because
you know what Superbox has that? The Superbox.
The Superbox. But here's WWE's like premium live event pay-per-view schedule the rest of the year. June 7th, which is next weekend, you have Worlds Collide, the NXT AAA show, Worlds Collide on June 7th, as well as Money in the Bank on June 7th. So a double shot of WWE next weekend. June 28th, Night of Champions in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. July 12th is Saturday night's main event in Atlanta. Then you have Evolution the next night, July 13th in Atlanta. I will incorporate some, usual or rumored shows. You have the NXT Heat Wave, which is usually in July or August. SummerSlam, August 2nd and 3rd. The Clash in Paris on August 31st. Usually there's a WWE No Mercy or an NXT No Mercy in September. There's usually a Halloween Havoc in October for NXT. Then you have WWE Crown Jewel on October the 11th from Australia. Survivor Series late November from San Diego. You will have a Saturday night's main event sometime in Q4. And then NXT Deadline usually runs in December. So that is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 14 events outside of the normal weekly schedule for WWE in the next 6 months.
Remember what we said about AEW, that 5 hours is too long?
Too much.
That's just too much.
It's too much.
It's too much. But I feel like this is definitely like a UFC thing. We don't give a shit. We're going to do UFC on Spike and prelims and this and that, and you're going to watch it here and watch it there.
Who's going to give us money?
Right. It's exactly what it is. They don't give a shit.
Nope.
Who's actually watching. It's the gate. And they've already gotten paid because the streaming platform or whatever has already paid for this show. These are paid fucking shit. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
This feels like back when we did the brand split and had the Raw and the SmackDown pay-per-views and it was 2 a month.
Yeah.
Well, too much. Too much. We're going to stop consuming it. Well, we did.
We certainly did.
We did.
And then this week on Busted Open, because Natty is on Busted Open now.
Oh God!
Stop that. Natty tossed out the idea of a weekly women's show, TV show on Busted Open this week.
Yeah, that's not an awful idea. Nettie was part of one, wasn't she? Total Divas.
Yeah, that's right.
Obviously, she's talking a weekly
A
women's wrestling show, correct?
A weekly women's wrestling show.
Yeah.
So, which your first instinct is don't
Oxygen. Oh,
don't need it. Not going to do it. But again, if there's a network or a platform out there that wants to pay for it, TKO's not going to turn money down.
so that's the real partnership, and why the WWE is working with TNA. Got it. They're trying to
They're just
corner those letters. Got it.
Exactly. And now you get it. But really, I think like the question then becomes is, I mean, that's so much wrestling. That is a ton. It is too much. Now, granted, I mean, I don't know what next, because again, that's it. Next week we literally just had Saturday night's main event in NXT this past weekend. Nothing this weekend, and next weekend we have a double shot again with Worlds Collide and with Money in the Bank. I mean, I'll watch Money in the Bank for sure. I think because Worlds Collide is in an afternoon, so it's summertime. It's golfing weather. It's doing stuff. I don't know that I'll watch Worlds Collide live. I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic show. Great event, marking this new partnership, this new deal with WWE buying AAA. But it's so much. But it's just like, at what point is the bubble going to burst on this?
Personally, about 2 years ago.
But there has to come a point, right? Like there has to come a point where, as a consumer, we're going to get worn out.
No, we are, and that's fine. Don't look at it from a consumer point of view. Look at it from a where we are in society point of view. And when have you ever heard that, oh, that's too much content? In the day and age of streaming and clicks and videos on YouTube and videos on X and videos on TikToks and other ways to monetize, as long as you don't have to watch Worlds Collide, Jim, but when Vikingo does those crazy ass flips and shit and you watch it 7, 8, 9 different times on TikTok, on Facebook, on
that's all that
Twitter,
matters.
that's what matters, and that's how they're going to get paid for it. So no, it doesn't matter. We can be fatigued, but our algorithms will still make sure we see it.
That's
and the WWE will still make bank. That's all that matters. Well, TKO, let's say TKO, because it's a TKO thing, I think, more than a WWE thing.
The only way you see the schedule start to reduce is if the tickets stop selling, right? Like that's when the schedule reduces. If your house numbers,
we're far away from that, dude. I mean, we're shattering records at WrestleManias. We are raising prices at WrestleManias, and people are still buying tickets hand over fist. We are so far away from seeing that even plateau.
Because that's what we heard leading up to this WrestleMania, right? Like podcasts and stuff that I listened to, we're talking about nobody's going to pay $400 to sit in the nosebleeds in Vegas to watch WrestleMania. Bullshit. That place was packed.
Yep.
People were paying to sit on the stage. People were paying to sit on the upper deck of the stage.
And the Super Bowl has also been priced out for the lay common fan.
That's true.
And that's fair. And every Super Bowl fucking sells out without issue.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Can I afford to go to a Super Bowl? Probably could swing it. Sure. I'd have to pull some funds, whatever. But I could swing it. You could swing it. It's swingable for a common man like us, Jim.
I mean, here's the deal. Even last year's WrestleMania, when you actually think about, like, you know, we spent between 2 nights of WrestleMania
it was like
tickets,
$600, right? For both
about
nights.
600-ish there. NXT tickets, I think, were 100. hotel rooms,
Or
food,
once
all
you
of
start
that.
getting all the other extra shit, you're out easy $1,000, $2,000
It
for
was
the weekend.
probably pushing 1,500, $2,000 for the weekend. Did I actually have $2,000 to spend 2 weeks before I went on my first Disney trip as an adult? No. Did I do it? Yes. Did I find a way to make it work? Absolutely. Like, and did the people that went to WrestleMania this year find a way to make it work? Yeah, they did. Now, was there some people that normally go to WrestleManias or were gonna go that didn't, or even last year?
Joe.
Or were there people last year who normally would have said, well, let's go to 2 nights, only went to one of them? Yes. And maybe that's the decision that people end up making. I don't need to go to both nights of WrestleMania. I'm going to go to Sunday, or I'm
But
going to
if
go
you
to
go to
Saturday.
Sunday, just know somebody is already sitting in that seat Saturday, and the WWE doesn't know if it's your ass or somebody else's.
Oh yeah, and it don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, and this, by the way, this isn't anything new, right?
Sure ain't.
Go buy or rent or watch Beyond the Mat. It might still be on Netflix. I'm not sure. Go watch Beyond the Mat. Jim Ross in 1997 said the line, as long as there is an ass every 18 inches, that's what we care about. This is nothing new.
Nope.
Absolutely nothing new.
People
And-
just hate the business end of the wrestling business.
I mean, it's true. I mean, business is business. Charlie asks here real quick, Pacers, Knicks, who you pulling for? I honestly don't care, but Knicks fans seem very insufferable, so Pacers.
Yeah, Pacers, absolutely.
Is
Reggie Miller still playing?
He's not, I believe. I think he did.
He might have
finally
retired
retire.
last year, I guess.
But yeah, it's. But God, there's just there's
Dude,
just
if you owned and ran your own independent wrestling company, and you could charge pretty much whatever you wanted, and you knew it would still sell out, why would you charge $10 when you know you can sell out at $20 and double your money? Like, it's the business aspect of it. This isn't a fucking charity. You want charity? Do the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Like, that's charity. This is business. Sucks.
Right.
It's business.
Well, yeah, and
concerts sucks. Business.
That's what I was gonna say. That was a big thing because I saw people talking about, somebody had posted a shot from the crowd. They were in. First off, it's funny when like they were in the crowd complaining about how expensive the price was. It's like, well, apparently it's not too expensive because you paid it. You literally paid the money to go. But let's play that game. A mid-level, decently far away seat to a wrestling show, a WWE show cost you $200. Okay, cool. You paid to go. I just pulled up, and that's in Tampa, by the way, which is like one of the major cities in Florida. I just pulled up Luke Bryan coming to the Hershey Park Stadium in Hershey, Pennsylvania, right here, Central PA, Saturday,
You only
July.
pulled that up because it's your birthday, you dirty son of a bitch.
Well, that is the day of my birthday party. It is, but I pulled it up. The last section you can buy tickets in currently is section 31. Okay, it's the furthest away section, so it's the second to last section on the Hershey Park side of the stadium.
Yep, staring into the sun.
It is row P, so about halfway up the section on the aisle.
You're still out of breath. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I'm out of breath.
I'm out of breath by the time I get to the seats. To the stadium part.
You say seats? You said steets.
I said steets. I was gonna say seats or steps.
Stairs.
Steeps.
That's fair. I just wanted to make sure you heard yourself say
I
steets.
I sure did.
And everybody else heard.
If you listen to the Tuesday show, there was a moment where I did a Markism, I think is what you called it.
You did.
I didn't realize what I said when I said it, but listening back to it, I heard myself do it.
It was a good one, wasn't it?
It was a really good one. I'm not going to tell anybody here what it is. You need to go listen to our Tuesday show. You can get it on podcast platforms or our YouTube
Yeah,
page.
Devin, quit hanging out with your dumb family and listen to our podcast.
But the furthest seat that you can currently buy that's not resale for Luke Bryan is $98.10. Like, I hate to tell you people, but it's expensive to see entertainment now.
There is no reason that when you go to a baseball game or a football game or a concert that a fucking can of Modelo is going to cost you $17. Do you know why it costs you $17? Because they can.
Yep. Dude,
don't buy it then. But
exactly.
You want a beer when you're out at the ball game. So you're fucking stuck. What are you going to do? Not pay it? Then don't pay it. That's fine.
Right.
They'll sell it to the next schmuck.
Exactly. If you don't buy it, somebody else will. Last summer, my wife and I went to a Phillies game. They were selling, the Surfside teas, like the vodka and teas.
Yeah, very tasty.
16-ounce can for $17.
Yep.
And people were buying them like they were $1.
You can buy a case of it at Sheetz.
Yeah.
For that price.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
I can buy a case of Coors Light, I think, for $18.
Right. Nut up. Take that Coors Light into the concert. Try to sneak it in, Jim. See how that works for you.
Do your best. There was these guys behind us. They were selling. Now it was a glass baseball with the Phillies logo on it, and it was a little frozen margarita. This thing probably couldn't have been more than 10 ounces.
Right. Probably more ice than anything.
Probably more ice than anything. It was probably all watered down because the guy's been walking around selling them on the stupid display thingy. It was $35.
Yeah.
And the four guys behind us each bought one. Funniest part is right after the guy bought it, the one dude fucking dropped his and it landed, the glass broke.
Sounds good. Sounds about right.
But again, they do it because they can. It's expensive to go to see entertainment now. It stinks. Like last summer when we were going to see the Hershey Bears, when Calder Cup number 12, RIP to their season.
Yeah, that ended pretty early.
But I mean, by the end, I think the lower level tickets at the far end were $45.
It's the same reason Hershey charges $35 for parking at a Bears game. Do you know why? Because they fucking can.
Right. If you don't buy it ahead of time and you're going to the fucking game, what are you going to do? Not park?
Right.
Too bad, sucker.
No, go ahead. Park downtown and walk a mile. Do what you want. You don't have to pull in here.
Yeah, go hoof it. Go now. Actually, yeah, go ahead and turn around.
Yeah, go
with
ahead.
The traffic behind you.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Right. You'll fork over $35 real quick. It sucks. They can do it because they can.
Exactly. Let's see here. Charlie comments in Tim. Well, first off, I'm Jim. Tim is not with us this week. I'm asking from a team sport perspective, not about the fans. Who is the better team, sir?
We'd have to watch basketball to know that.
I and it's no offense to the NBA. I don't watch the NBA. It runs the same time as the NHL. The NBA loses out every time. If the Sixers aren't in, I'm a pretend Sixers fan who gives a shit in the playoffs.
Hey.
Unlike EJ Christian, I'm willing to admit that, you fake hockey fan ass.
You fake hockey fan ass.
But, I'm not afraid to admit I am a pretend basketball fan who pays attention to the Sixers mildly when they're in the postseason.
I actually haven't heard from EJ. Remember when we did that podcast when SNL celebrated their 100th?
We did.
That was really cool.
Well, it was their 50th, but it'll be their 100th by the time he invites us on.
Is that what it was? I got confused.
I don't know who the better team is. From what I gather on social media, I believe the Knicks are the better team, but the Knicks are nicking right now.
Yeah, I'm not a huge basketball fan either, but fucking Brunson, is that his name? Brunson, I believe.
I think so.
Fantastic.
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, he seems like a beast. So
what is that? Let's see what's happening in that game right now. As I change the channel here, as we're running up on an hour. Knicks currently beating the Pacers 54-45.
There it is.
In the last minute of the first half. Knicks have to win this one.
They have to do it.
They're down 3-1 in the series. So if they don't win tonight, they are toast. Let's see what the Phillies are doing. Apparently, we're doing sports hour here.
I think that was earlier.
Oh no,
wasn't it?
Well, the Phillies won this afternoon.
Oh, they're doing. Oh, it's the doubleheader.
Doubleheader because yesterday's was rained out. Probably should just rewatch this afternoon's game because it's currently 8-0 Braves. That's actually
Hey.
probably why Tim's not here. I don't buy this sick gimmick. He
Yeah,
just wants to
Tim.
watch
Tim,
the
you
Braves.
know damn well Tim's in his living room, shirt off, twirling it around his head.
Tim was scared that the Phillies were going to beat the Braves again, and he didn't
Yeah.
want to deal with it. But
What's their dumb mascot's name? Blooper.
Blupper?
What a
Blupper?
dumb mascot.
It's so stupid.
Jim, I got a quick blind ranking. You're going to
Let's
be the
do it.
best person to do it. Do
Let's
you have
do it.
anything else for tonight?
No, that was actually it.
Because the other day, last week, somebody told me to come up with 22, and
Nobody told you to come
came
up
up with 22 blind rankings. You know how hard it is to rack your brain for 22 of something?
I actually don't. I've never written 22 at a time.
Jim, I want you to blind rank these sports-related wrestling gimmicks.
Okay.
You seem to be the best one. Abe Knuckleball Schwartz.
I mean, funny.
He was on strike, Jim.
He was on strike. It was funny. But still not great overall. I'll put old Abe at 4.
Abe goes to 4. What about the Spirit Squad?
Ooh. They were fun. Had some good moments with the poo-poo falling on them, and
Poo-poo.
I think they were a bit better than old Abe, so I'll go 3.
We're gonna go 3 there. We're gonna go with NHL's favorite wrestler, the Goon.
1. I fucking love the Goon. Unapologetically, number 1. Now this could be like the lies of Bad Terry, but Chris Jericho once said that the WWF wanted him to be the Goon.
Who?
Chris Jericho.
I wanted Jericho to be the Goon.
Wanted Jericho to be the Goon.
He is from Canada. I'd believe
Yes,
that.
could you have met, like, I don't know if would the career of Chris Jericho gotten to what it is?
Absolutely not.
If he would have
I mean, I guess he would have come in from
It doesn't work for me,
ECW
brother.
as like Lionheart Chris Jericho, and they would have. Oh, I
Brought
guess
him
it
to
would have
be
been
the Goon.
earlier, right? Because the Goon was long gone.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
if
mean,
that math is really math, and I guess it would have been Jericho very young.
yeah, let's see. So the Goon was a gimmick 96 97. So Chris Jericho, let's see, where was Jericho in 96 97? God, he's so
Was that
fucking old now.
ECW.
96 97 ECW WCW.
Okay.
So yeah, it would have been like early, like, late
Early
ECW,
Lionheart.
early
Nice.
cruiserweights.
Wow.
Boy, yeah, that's a
Boy.
whole different career.
Yeah, I don't think we're looking at the learning tree, and yeah, I think he gets into Fozzy a little bit more seriously.
because he has to.
You got the Goon at number 1, Spirit Squad at number 3, Abe Knuckleball Schwartz at number 4. We're gonna go with Mr. Hole-in-One, Barry Darso.
Oh crap! I probably should have put Abe and Spirit Squad a little higher.
You've got 2, and you've got 5.
There's a couple real bad ones that I'm gonna put Hole-in-One at I'm gonna put him at 2. I'm gonna put him at 2.
At 2. All right, so you got the Goon at 1, Mr.
I'm a golf
Hole-in-One
guy.
at
I'll
2.
use that as my
There
justification.
you go. Spirit Squad at 3, Ape and Knuckleball Schwartz at 4. Jim, what's the bad one that you're thinking of?
What was the one that Chavo played?
You're goddamn right. Kerwin White is your last choice. You're gonna put him at number 5, and
Good.
that was the right choice, Jim.
Good. That was the right choice. Good. Yep.
I was gonna run golf back to back for you.
I would probably flip Barry Darso, and I would probably put him at 4 and bump up Knuckleball Schwartz and the Spirit Squad to 2 and 3. But Kerwin White at 5,
Yeah,
definitely the right choice.
you did good there,
Definitely
Jim.
the right choice. I'm glad I saw that come in there.
There's one. We still
wrong
got a
music.
stack of them, so we'll have to do them again when
Fire
all
our
the boys are back.
producer. We will. We'll have to do that. Anything you want to add before we wrap it up here, Ryan?
No. You know what? We're getting into summertime. Let's make it a year to remember, guys. Let's I don't know, go to the beach, have some fun, hug your bros, let everybody know that you love them. Life's short.
Yeah, so I think it's a great lesson as we actually are closing out like Mental Health Awareness Month. So check in on your people, tell them you love them. That's a great way to leave it. Brian, love you, man. Well,
Fucking gay.
all right, that's where we're gonna leave it. I can't think of a better place to leave it. So make sure you're following along with us on all of our social media at 3 Count Thursday across the board. You can get us on all podcast platforms. Rate and review where you can. Subscribe on YouTube. Hit us with a voicemail. We still want to hear from you there. 717-473-7833. You can get your merchandise over at tpublic.com. Just hit the links. Linktree is in all of our social channels. All of it's right there. Easy, one click away. Just revamp that to make it even easier for you to use. Until the Tuesday show or live next Thursday night, we hope you have a great week and go for the pin.